check. Are we live? Check. Check. I feel like I'm loud. Hey, yo. Ooh. What is up, everybody? What's going on? It's your girl, Jay. It is Friday evening, and we are live. Welcome to the show, JSpot Live, where I cover the week in women's basketball. Right now, we're doing WNBA, of course, and we're going to cover some things that went down during the last week of the WNBA. And the way that I do it, if you haven't been here before, is the W started on a Friday. And so I go from Friday to Thursday, and that's how I do my week. So tonight starts a brand new week. We got 3 games, I think, 3 or 4 games tonight. It's going to start a new week. So I'm talking about everything that was Friday from till yesterday. So I feel like, damn it, I'm lagging. I feel like I'm lagging. I can't ever get this technical thing can't ever be right. What is happening? What are we doing? Am I good now? I feel like I'm lagging. Y'all let me know. I'm definitely lagging. But anyway, I hate technology. What's up, Groovy? What's going on? JSpot, or not JSpot, I always say that. RC says JSpot, what up? And then Jeremy is here. What's going on? I hope you guys are doing well. I'm lagging. I'm sorry. I feel like I am. I don't know if y'all can tell, but I am. I don't know how long this will last. I might have to refresh and see what happens because I think it'll keep it rolling. I don't think it goes down if I refresh. So we're gonna see. If it does go down, come back to me, y'all. But we're gonna see because I don't like that it has a small delay. I'm back. I don't know if anybody's still here, but I'm back. I'm still lagging. Anyway, whoever joins, if I'm lagging, my bad. We still gonna have the show because ain't nothing I can do about it. I don't want to start over. So we will just do what we do. All right. So today we're just gonna do what I normally do, cover the last week. We'll go over the scores. We'll do a little bit of news around the dub, and then we will look at some fashions, and then we're gonna get out of here because we got games that start in an hour and 15 minutes. So again, if you guys see a lag, my bad. I don't know what's going on over here. It says my internet connection is strong, but I'm looking at myself and it's lagging. So y'all, you know what? Last time this happened, I wasn't getting my comments. Let me see. Are y'all saying anything? Let me check. It's always something, I swear. Let me see. Hold on. If I can do this without me hearing myself. It's not showing my there we go. Okay, I see him. All right. RC says Lucy Olsen is smarter on defense and offense than Caitlin. Oh, here we go. We starting with mess already. Okay. I don't follow her, but isn't she from Indiana? Like, you know who she is, right? Real quick before we start the show, I got these chips. I don't know if you guys watch Ryan Howard and Alicia Gray on TikTok or Instagram, wherever. I think they do it on TikTok. That's where I see it. They do these snack reviews. They'll pick like random snacks and then try them out and then see how they taste. And so I saw them taste these Doritos, this queso, twisted queso Doritos, and I was wanting them to try them, and then I saw them do this. They said it tasted good. It tastes like like a queso dip, like a spicy queso dip. So I'm gonna try it live on the air. Smells like Doritos, just to see how it tastes. I'm doing some ASMR, crunching in the microphone. You know what? They accurately describe what this tastes like. It does taste like the salsa verde Doritos, just a milder flavor. I use those to do my nachos. These don't have enough flavor for me to hold up to what I need. When I'm making my nachos, the flavor is real mild, but it is a little bit spicy. But my favorite Doritos are the spicy, sweet and spicy chili, spicy sweet chili. But all right, they're all right. Nothing to write home about. I will eat those later though. RC says Lucy is from Pennsylvania and played in her first 3 years at Villanova, but she played her final college basketball at Iowa. That's what I'm doing. That's where I know her from. RC says, I'm gonna need something to drink with them dry as chips. That's what I got right here. I really hate that I'm lagging. Whoever's watching this on a replay, sorry is going to be trash, but it is what it is. All right, so let's get into let's get into the results. There's one day that I don't have that I couldn't find the little graphic for, but we're going to cover it anyway. So let's get there. Boom. Damn, this is slow, dog. This is bothering me. It's so slow and it's off center. There we go. So let's get into the recap. So Friday we had 3 games. 3 games were Atlanta versus the Mystics. And Atlanta did win. This was a tight one. Let me just say, I know I don't complete my sentences. Let me say that Washington is not to be played with. Washington is a team that has really, I don't want to say defied the odds. They haven't, I'm not saying they're defying the odds, but they're a contender team. Like when you play them, you have to know that it's going to be a battle. Especially the game last night, which we'll get to, but I mean, you have Sonia Citron, you have Kiki, you have Brittany Sykes, you have Shakira Austin, you have Melbourne. You kind of got to pick your poison with some of these players, and then you got Aaliyah Edwards coming off the bench as well. Well, both Shakira and Aaliyah, I think, come off the bench. But you have really. There's no, you can't guess what you're going to do when it comes to Washington. But honestly, it's almost the same thing with Atlanta, because Atlanta is hit or miss, but Atlanta is actually doing really well. They're one of the top teams with a brand new coach. Washington is a team with a brand new coach with a bunch of rookies. They're doing pretty well. So for them to be matched up, that was a really good game. Atlanta won by 1 point. If we're checking out some of the box scores here, Top performers were Shakira Austin with 28 and 10. She also had 3 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. She had a full complete game. She shot 76.5 from the field. You had Brittany Sykes, who was 21 and 5. She also had 8 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. She shot 50% from the field. And then you had Sony Citron, 17 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal. She shot 50% from the field. And then you had Atlanta. It's always going to be one or the other when you deal with Atlanta. It's either going to be Ryan Howard or it's going to be Alicia Gray, somewhere in the mix. So their top performers, the people, I'm just going to call out the people that were in double digits. We had Alicia Gray had 18 points, 2 rebounds, 1 steal, 2 blocks. She shot 66 from the field. You had Brianna Jones, 14 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal. She was 66% from the field. She hit 1 3. Alicia Gray hit 2. Ryan Howard had 13 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. She was only 27% from the field. She was 1 for 7 on threes, so that wasn't her best performance. But again, like I said, you're either going to you might get both, but if one is not performing, the other one's going to stand in. Then you had Jordan Canada with 11 and 1. She also had 4 assists, 2 steals. She was 57% from the field. And then BG, 10 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block, 50% from the field. And they did win that game. Like I said, by 1 point, 92 to 91. Then you had Connecticut versus Dallas, another game where, they are the bottom teams. Record means something, but also it's kind of, anybody can get it. Anybody can win, anybody can lose. It doesn't matter who you play against. Like the odds may be in one team's favor. You can almost depend or bet that they're going to win or they're going to lose, but you can't 100% know for certain. So these teams both have similar records. I think they were both playing for their third win. You had Dallas take on Connecticut, and they beat them 86-83. Some of the high performers were Tina Charles in double digits, 26.6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 41% from the field. J.C. Sheldon, 10 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists. She was 100% from the field and 100% from 3. And then you had my girl, big niece, Anissa Morrow, Niece the Beast, 10 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 block, and she was 50% from the field. My girl is, if the coach gives her a chance, she usually performs. You know what I'm saying? She ain't perfect. She's not going to hit every shot all the time. But I think if we play with a little bit more consistency, if he gave her consistent minutes, that will allow her to get into the flow of the game and she can perform. Because she's already been the leading scorer twice. She's been in double digits, I think, 4 times at this point. So just give her a chance. Then we go to Dallas. Paige Beckers led everyone. 21 points, 2 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, 43% from the field. She did hit 1 3. Zaza James got hurt. She got to get in the game and eat a little bit. 17 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 71% from the field. Then you had Nalissa Smith, 12 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. She was 55% from the field. And then Lee Yuru, 11 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 40% from the field. She was 1 for 1 on her threes. That was enough to carry Dallas over the threshold and beat Connecticut. They were pretty much evenly matched up until the fourth quarter, where Dallas outscored Connecticut 21-19 to take on that win. I see you, Tulip. What's going on? Welcome in. How are you? We're going to get into it. Tulip's talking about KP cooking a fever. I'm gonna come back to your comments real quick after I get done with this. Then we have my Las Vegas Aces taking on Seattle. Seattle did beat us 90 to 83. Again, we were pretty close. We outscored them in the second quarter, but in the final quarter, fourth quarter, they beat us 23-17. Some of our top performers on the I was going to say on the Lakers. On the Aces, Jackie Young had 22 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. She was 61% from the field. She hit 4 3-pointers. Asia Wilson had 20 points, 14 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 3 blocks, full stat line. 54% from the field. Jewel Lloyd, 15 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal. She was 45% from the field. She hit 3 3-pointers. And then you had Aaliyah Nye, 13 points, 1 rebound. She was 55% from the field, and she gave us 3 threes. We did get some help from some other people, but that was not enough to take on Seattle, who was led by Nneka Ogwumike, who had 25 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, 68% from the field, and 75 from three-pointers. She hit 3 of 4. Skylar Diggins had 24 points, 1 rebound, 6 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 47% from the field. She had 2 threes. Everybody shoots their best 3 against the Aces in Chicago. Why are they alike? I don't like that. Gabby Williams had 18 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists. She had 6. She was 40% from the field, and she also hit 3 threes. And then you had Erica Wheeler, 17 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. She was 50% from the field, and she hit 3 threes. So they mollywopped us with threes. There's nothing we can do. They just outscored us, and that's how we lose the game. Real quick, I'll jump in and see what Tulip was saying. Tulip says, never heard it of any day-to-day groin injury. At least sell it by staying seated. Don't jump around. Tulip also says, CEO Sophie says yesterday's pressers that they have islands on the team hinting at locker room issues. Also, she wore a Tres Leches shirt. Not a good look with the allegations in Indy. Oh, she's eating it up. Hey, what's going on? Autumn is in the house. Autumn the Aries. If you guys, I'm lagging. I'm lagging. I know Autumn is some issues going on over here. But if y'all enjoy football, check out Autumn. But right now she is doing, she has a series where she will review like older videos or classics that we grew up listening to or liking, and like re-listening to the songs or looking at those videos. Is it lit or nah is the name of her series. So if you like that type of stuff, go ahead and give her a sub. All right, we're going to go to the next day, which would have been Saturday. So Saturday we had 2 games. Chicago went against Phoenix. We thought we had a chance. I thought we had a chance against Phoenix. No, we did not have a chance against Phoenix. We just simply, although we had a strong fourth quarter, they whooped our butts in that first quarter. 31 points we gave up. We gave up 31 points. We only scored 18. And then in the third quarter, again, which has been like our issue, only 15 points, they scored 34. Like, it don't matter what else you do in the game. You just lost the game. Like, unless you score 40 points or 30 something in the fourth quarter, you're not going to get there. So we did score 28, but it wasn't enough. Hold on. What we got up here? What? Thanks for the shout out. Wait a minute. We got me a little donation. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't know how to pin that, but thank you so much, Autumn. I appreciate it. Looking at these box scores. So here we go. Camila Cardoso was the leading scorer for us that night. 17 points, 3 rebounds, 1 steal, 77 from the field. Michaela Onyenwere had 17 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. She was 66 from the field, gave us 1 3. Ariel Atkins, 13 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. She was 62% from the field. Gave us 2 3s. She was 100% there. And then Kia Nurse, 10 points, 3 rebounds, 2 steals, and she was 33% from the field, but she did give us 2 3s. I believe this was the game. This was Angel's worst performance so far. I think it was the first time in 30 something games that she had less than 10 rebounds. She ended the game with 9 points and 2 rebounds, but she also had 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. She was everywhere else. She was 100% from the field because she hit a 3, made that. But it just wasn't a great, overall game for her. But don't worry, spoiler alert, she bounces back. Then we look at Phoenix. Phoenix was led by Sammy Whitcomb. That girl can shoot. If anybody is listening from Chicago Sky, that's who we need on our team. I don't know. You need to figure out how to make that happen because Sammy Whitcomb is like Maureen Johansson, except like a better percentage. Like more of her shots will go in. She just she just gets the ball and shoots and makes it like nothing. Like it don't even matter. She don't need no setup. She don't need a screen. She don't however you give her the ball, she's gonna shoot it and most of the time she's gonna make it. So with Phoenix having shooters and Sammy, we know Satu can hit sometimes. They had Ka back that night. They were just killing us. So Sammy had 17 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. She hit us with 5 3-pointers. 5. 50% from 3. 5 3-pointers. Kalia Copper, 16 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 5 steals. 5 steals? 5 steals. That means our turnovers were ridiculous, as they usually are. 5 steals. She was 41% from the field. She hit us with 2 threes. Satu Sabli, 15 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. She was 71% from the field. She hit us with 2 threes. And then you have AT, the engine, 11 points, 3 rebounds, 8 assists, 1 steal, 55% from the field. She don't really be shooting threes. You had Kalani Brown. Kalani Brown hit us with 11 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block, 66 from the field. And she hit us with a 3. Kalani Brown hit us with a 3. Then you got Laksa, 11 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists, 1 steal. She was not great, 37.5 from the field, but she hit us with 3 threes as well. And so did Catherine Westbelt. And so did Akoa Makani. Everybody hit us with threes. They hit 17 threes on us. 17 threes on us. And we had how many turnovers? 20 freaking turnovers. We can't win games like that. So I won't go into further detail on that. That was disappointing. The next game was Minnesota versus the Los Angeles Sparks, and Minnesota did win that 82-66. I believe this was the game. Oh, Collier didn't play at all. She sat out, but they still ended up winning. Let me go to Los Angeles Sparks. They were led by Kelsey Plum with 15 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. She was 37.5 from the field. She did hit 1 3. Hamby had 13 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 steals, 55 from the field. And Azare Stevens had 11 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks. That girl's been playing. A lot of people haven't been talking about Azare. She's also someone who came back from Unrivaled and just like completely elevated her game, especially with the threes, because she wasn't hitting threes like that last season. And she took a lot of threes in Unrivaled. I've already said this before, missing everything. And all of a sudden now she comes to the league, back to the league, and she's hitting threes every which way. So shout out to Unrivaled. She hit 2 threes that game. Then you look at Minnesota. It was Minnesota was led by Kayla McBride at 29 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. She was 69.2% from the field. She had 5 3-pointers to 71%. Courtney Williams, 18 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 steals, 61.5 from the field. She was 40% from three. She hit two. I can't say this name. Kliundikova. Did I say that right? 12 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks, 50% from the field, and she hit 1 3. And then you had Alana Smith. Oh, she wasn't in double digits. So yeah, Los Angeles Sparks lost to Minnesota Lynx. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right, I'm back. It's a lot going wrong over here. It's getting on my nerves. What's up, Jonathan? Then let's go to Sunday. Sunday's not on here, so I'm just gonna read it. We had quite a few games. I'm gonna see if I can't. Everything is lagging over here, and it's really upsetting me and my homegirls. I don't understand why it is. Even my phone wasn't cooperating earlier either. But where are we at? We're just gonna push through. Where are we at? I'm gonna let y'all see the scores. Hmm? Okay. We on. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. All right, y'all just gonna have to listen to the scores. I won't go that in depth with the box score since y'all can't see. But Sunday we had 5 games on. We had Chicago versus Atlanta. That was a winnable game. Chicago again lost that game. This was the game where Ariel Atkins led us. Angel had 10 and 19. E. Will had 16. Ryan Howard hit us with 22. Alicia Gray hit us with 19. And Pow hit us with 16. They hit 16 threes on us as usual when we play teams that can shoot the ball. But we only had 9 turnovers. So that was a plus in our category. Even though we lost, we did not turn over the ball as well. Angel seemed to have bounced back. We did get some production from other players, but it just wasn't enough for us to overtake Atlanta. Then Dallas took on Minnesota. Dallas took on Washington. Washington won 91-88. That was led by Sony Citron, my girl from Notre Dame. She had 27 and 11. They hit only 7 threes, not only, but they did hit 7 threes. Shakira Austin had 21. Kiki had 19. Shug Sutton had 15. On Dallas's side, Arike led them with 27 points. Then Paige had 20 and 9. And then Zaza James, again, 11 and 6. So she got that start because who got hurt? Somebody Carrington is hurt. Her ribs are hurt. So she got that start because of Carrington being out, and she's been performing. So shout out to Isaiah James, who is a rookie out of NC State. Then we had my Aces taking on Indiana. And we don't really lose to Indiana often. Even though we're having our struggles, I was very happy that we did win. It was close, um, too close for me, but it was close. Indiana was led by Aaliyah Boston, who was also has not gotten the shine that she deserves. I think people are not talking about Aaliyah Boston. I know she has a very, very, very big personality on her team, and a lot of attention is on her. And it's not really on anybody else. So it kind of sucks. But Aaliyah is having a really, really good season. She's leading the league in field goal percentage. Um, she's getting double digit something almost every single game, but nobody talks about her. But she had 26 points, 10 rebounds. 63% from the field. Yeah, Kelsey Mitchell 20, and Caitlin had 19 points and 10 assists that game. Um, and then for Vegas in a win, uh, Asia had 24 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks. She wasn't great from the field though. Jackie had 19, Chelsea had 18, Aaliyah Nye had 11, and Jewel Lloyd had 10. That was enough to take care of Indiana. And then we had New York versus Seattle. Is New York going to lose another game? And the answer was yes. They lost 79-89 to Seattle. They have now lost their third game, if I'm not mistaken, because they didn't play. They didn't play anymore. Yep. So that was their third loss. And top performers for New York was Stewie, 18 points, 9 rebounds. You had Maureen Johannes had 17. Rebecca Gardner had 12. Then for Seattle, it was Nneka Ogwumike with 26 points, 7 rebounds. Skylar had 20. Gabby Williams had 12. That was enough to take care of them. I'm sure there was other things. I don't know about the turnovers and how many threes and all that other stuff that they did do, but took care of business. Then we had the Valks. The Valks is another team that you can't sleep on. They actually are a team that is over 500. With them being an expansion team, the expectation is always that they're going to be the sorriest team in the league. And with the Valks, that's just not the case. Even with the personnel that they have, if you look at them on paper and say they have a bunch of 6 women, you got a bunch of women coming off the bench, you got a bunch of international players, you got players that people really didn't give a chance, really didn't give minutes to when they were on these other teams. Put them all together on this team, you would think they're not going to perform. They're outperforming everything. They win, even though it was against Connecticut. They're a problem for most teams if you've been watching them. So they did beat Connecticut, not real bad, but real bad, 87-63. On Connecticut, Anissa Morrow was the leading scorer, 14 points, 4 rebounds. And then you had J.C. Sheldon at 10 points and 2. After that, nobody else in double figures. On the other side, though, you had Kayla Thornton, who had 21 points, 8 rebounds. Tip Hayes, 14 points, 4 rebounds. Bibby had 11 points, 4 rebounds. Burton had 10 points. And L.A., Amy here had 10 points, 12 rebounds. Everybody scored except for one person who did not play. So they have weapons that nobody even realizes that they have. Jonathan says Kiki, Sonia, Paige, and Pow Pow may be the only 4 candidates for Rookie of the Year. Maybe. I think they're only talking about Kiki, Sonia, and Paige. It kind of goes around those 3, but I think Pow Pow deserves a look. I hope it's not too late, but I feel like if given a chance, we can really see Nice start to stand out. Aaliyah Nye is doing pretty well there, but they're not great with their games. So she's not getting enough looks, I think. But yeah, those ones right there are definitely the ones that people have been saying to look out for. Also, Sanaya Rivers, she's not shabby as well, but a lot of people haven't been talking about her. I'm going to go back to what Tulip was saying. Tulip, or did I cover all yours? Yeah, I covered all yours already. Now we're going to go to the next. Was that it? Yeah. The next day we had a game on Tuesday, and that game is it gonna show? Thank you. Um, we had one, two, three, 4 games on Tuesday. Minnesota versus Washington. Washington beat Minnesota 68-4. Now they did not have Fee again, but again, like I said, Washington is that team that you just got to play them and see what happens because you cannot count them out. Minnesota was led by Elena Smith with 26 points and Shepard with 12 points and 15 rebounds. That was it. Everybody else was in single digits. Washington, though, was led by Shakira Austin with 19 and 8. She also had 3 assists. Shug Sutton had 12 points, and Kiki Irifin had 11 and 11. Lucky numbers, lucky numbers. That was it on that. Sorry, I just got a message. Then next up, we had Chicago versus LA. Again, I think we lost to LA last time we played them. So this was our lick back, and we licked them back 97-86. That was a really, really, really good game. Really good game. We started off slow. I was like, here we go again, getting ourselves already in a deficit. I think at one point we were down by 14 points. Everybody knows our third quarters are our worst quarters. We just seem to come out sluggish and just not with the same energy as sometimes we may start the game with. But lo and behold, we came out probably scoring our highest third and fourth quarters since the season started. I'll have to double check that to make sure I'm correct. But I'm pretty sure for the third, this is the highest we've scored in the third period. We scored 25 points in the third. Usually we're in the teens and probably low teens at that. But the high performers. The scorers for LA, we had Azarea Stevens had 21 points, 7 rebounds. We had Plum with 20 points. I already told y'all about Azarea. She hit us with 4 threes. Back to back to back to back. I was like, ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way we letting her hit threes on us like that. Like, come on. De'Erica Hamby had 15 and 7. She also had 5 assists. Plum also had 5 assists. And then Rakia Jackson had 11 points. She also had 4 assists. So they're really good at passing the ball around to each other. They did get some production from their other players. And it was super tight going into the fourth. Like playing in the fourth. Again, shout out to Chicago for sticking with it, because that's been our issue, is that we get frazzled, we get lost, we start going away from what's working. And let me tell you, this was such a good game and such a good win. And I can speak a lot about this because I literally just finished watching it for like the third time. But just the teamwork of my skyscrapers. People keep saying how they can't play together. They shouldn't be on the same team. They're stopping each other's growth. But this game, I think, out of all the games they've played, really shows that if the team truly is an inside-out team and you play through your post players, through your bigs, you can get the results that you need, because you go through them and then everybody else gets in where they fit in, and you better hit those shots. We can make it. Now, we still need to tighten up on defense, because a lot of times I felt like LA was just missing their shots. I don't know if there was anything particular we were doing as far as guards are concerned. It's always going to be defense happening in the post, especially when you got Angel there. But with the help of Will, like I think our bigs really took care of business, and it was just fun to watch. It was fun to watch. They seem to be having fun. They seem to be less stressed. Big Mama Rachel did a really good job at the point as far as getting the ball where it needed to get to. I feel like HBL kind of holds on the ball too much. The ball doesn't really move when she has it, when she's running point. It gets stuck in her hand. She dribbles a lot, and if she doesn't have a shot, she kind of gets stuck, and they always find a way to trap her. We got to work on that. But when Big Mama had it, she probably looked for her shot a couple of times, and outside of that, it was facilitating. And we were passing that ball around. Like it was really beautiful to see. So looking at my Chicago Sky, we were led by Camila Cardoso with a season high or career high, 27.7 rebounds. She was 66 from the field. She hit another three in the face of Rakia Jackson, as if the trauma from her three against Tennessee is not still fresh somewhere in in Rakia's heart. Because if y'all don't know, or if y'all have never seen it, when Camilla was playing for South Carolina, they were playing in the SEC tournament, and Tennessee was beating South Carolina, and they had 1.1 seconds on the floor. I mean, on the clock. South Carolina had the ball. Everybody in the stands celebrating because ain't no way. You know, you're thinking you're up. You're not gonna lose. I think they were up by. They had to be up by 2. They were up by 2. No way they're gonna win. You know, we got it. We got it, right? Oh boy. We thought Pow Pow might take the shot. We thought Fawali might take the shot. We thought Raven might take the shot. We can't get the ball to them. We got 1.1 seconds. You ain't got time to think. They pass it to Camilla. Don Staley says, shoot it. Camilla's on the outside by the 3-point line. She shoots it. She banks it in. The crowd goes wild because they just beat Tennessee and knocked them out of the SEC tournament. They beat them by 1 point with that 3-pointer. That was just a sight to see. I remember watching that and going crazy. And then again, they gave the ball to Camilla. The shot clock is running down. I think it's 2 seconds left on the shot clock. Camilla's calling for the ball. She's in the corner. Rachel gives her the ball. She shoots it, and it goes in right in front of Rakia. So that was pretty nostalgic and crazy to see because that was actually Camilla's very first 3 in the WNBA, and now she's 100%. Then we go on to Angel Reese, had 18 points, 17 rebounds. She had 6 assists, 4 steals. She was 50% from the field. She was all over the place. She facilitates. She passes. She scores. She was hitting her free throws. Like everything was going for her. Great game. Both of them a tandem. Great game. They were passing to each other. It was overall just a great showing for Chicago. 1 second. All right, I'm back. That should be the last interruption I get. But yeah, Angel, great game. Atkins came in 13 points, 5 assists, 35 from the field, hit 1 3. We didn't even need a lot of threes. Our thing is we kept our turnovers down. Turnovers were 11. People keep saying 13. I'm looking at 11 right here. We had 11 turnovers only when we average about 20, 18 to 20 turnovers a game. Kept it down to 11. Our assist, I think, let me see where we were on assists. 23 assists. It was just great ball movement led by the Skyscrapers. They were all over the place. And it was just really cool to see. And I hope, I mean, we know Camilla's gone now. She went to Chile to play with her national team of Brazil. So we don't have her for the next 4 games. We play Valks tonight. We also got Minnesota. And I forgot who else the other 2. We got the Sparks again on Sunday. And I forgot what the other team, who the other team is. But hopefully we can build off this momentum and keep the same philosophy. We just don't have Camilla. So hopefully E Will can step in there, and she's a vet. She knows how to play. Hopefully she can step in there and do that. Or if we have to use Angel at the 5 and use Mick at the 4, or use maybe Maddie Westbelt might come in and give us some time off the bench. We don't know, but it was a great game. Probably the best game that Chicago has played this season. Then we had Atlanta versus Dallas. Dallas beat Atlanta 68-55. Again, like I said, these records really don't matter in a way, because the team that wants it more and makes the least amount of mistakes is going to win that game. Atlanta was led by Ryan Howard at 23. Alicia Gray also had 12, and B. Jones had 12. We also had Enrique on Dallas lead with 21 points. Paige Beckers had 12. Isaiah James had 11. Lee Yuru had 10 and 15. They just took over and beat Atlanta. And then we had Seattle and Indiana. Seattle lost to Indiana. Indiana won 94-86. I think Caitlin did not play in this game because she's out. No, she was there. Oh, this was her game where it wasn't so good. So they still won on the back of Aaliyah Boston, who had 31 points. Kelsey Mitchell had 26. Lexi Hull had 15 and 11. And Dantes, who they're also losing because she plays for Brazil as well, she had 10 points. Clark did not have a great game. Again, probably one of her worst games she's had in her career. She did get 9 assists, though. But she's been struggling a little bit, and now she's out. She's hurt. I don't know if she's playing tonight. If anybody is watching this, I don't know. If you guys know, I'm sure we know by now if she's playing or not, because the game is going to be coming on soon. Seattle was led by Skylar Diggins, who had 22 points. Erica Wheeler, 20, who's been doing great on Seattle, by the way. NECA had 16, and Gabby had 11. Then on Wednesday, we had 2 games, New York versus the Valks, and then Connecticut versus the Aces. And New York beat the Valks 81-78. Las Vegas Aces beat Connecticut 85-59. On New York, the leading scorer was Stewie at 23 and 10. Then you had Kayla Burke 20 and 5, Rebecca Gardner at 11, Saab at 11, Marine at 11. Golden State was led by Kate Martin, who had 21 points. Tip Hayes had 15. Talbot had 13, and Kennedy Burke, I keep calling her Kayla. Kennedy Burke had 20 on New York. Kayla Thornton, who is formerly from New York, had 11 points. And then for Connecticut, we had Tina Charles led with 18 points. Olivia Nelson-Ododa had 12. Sanaya Rivers had 10. On Vegas Aces, they were led by Asia Wilson at 22 and 8. Jackie Young, 20 and 8. Chelsea Gray, 15 and 7. And Jewel Lloyd, 13 and 7. That's pretty cool how they matched rebounds. Then going into the last game of the week, which was yesterday, we had Los Angeles take on Indiana. This is the game that Caitlin wasn't in. LA did beat Indiana by 10, 85-75, led by Azurá Stevens, 23 points. I didn't watch that game. 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal. Kelsey Plum, 21 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists. Rakia Jackson had 14 points. Derica Hamby had 14. On Indiana, they were led by Kelsey Mitchell, who had 20. Ari McDonald had 14. Natasha Howard had 13. Aaliyah Boston had 12 and 10. And Sophie Cunningham had 10. Then the last game, which I did watch, kind of super disappointed. Shout out to Washington, but they ended up beating us 94-83. Again, I don't know what's going on with the Vegas Aces. We're so up and down. They gave a stat on Sports Center that Vegas's record right now of 7 and 8 is the worst. is the first time that they've started their season 15 games in at under 500 since Asia was a rookie. That was the last time in 2018. In that year, they did not make the playoffs. Other than that, they've been over 500 and they've made the playoffs every single year. So hopefully, this is not an indication that they're going to continue to lose. I need them to get it to freaking together, and we got to win some games. But I can't deny Sony Citron was a problem. Sony Citron was a problem. Like it almost was like all her baskets was going in. I rarely saw her miss any shot she wanted to take, driving to the basket, shooting a three, shooting a midi, whatever that was. She was just all over the place. 21 points. Suge Sutton had 17. They don't have Brittany Sykes either. Lucy Olsen had 14. Shakira Austin had 13 and 13. Kiki had 12 and 9. Just an overall, like, they were playing with so much energy and so much passion, and it just looked like a cohesive team. And Aces, on the other hand, just couldn't get a basket, just could not find the basket. It got to the point where Becky ended up pulling all the starters out. I think it was the third quarter. All the starters out, put in everybody on the bench. We went from being down by like, I think it was 7 to like 14 something points. I forget how many points, but it was almost double what we were down. And then she decides to it probably was more than that. To be honest, I had stopped watching because I couldn't take it. But yeah, it was just too much of a deficit for us to try to make up when we weren't doing that great to begin with. So to try to come out of that when you're not shooting your best is very hard to do. Tulip talking about the Fever game. Refs were helping Fever 2 and still got cooked in the fourth. By the way, Tulip's not an Indiana fan. Tulip says KP and Z did their thing. Yeah, they did. Z is going bananas. I tweeted out, I bet Z better not miss 1-3 when we go back to the Roses. If she's on the Rose team and we ain't shake anything up, Z better hit every freaking three that is available to her when we play again. Because if not, it's gonna be a problem. Kyra is in the house. What's up, Kyra? Where you at? Hold on. I gotta find your sound. Kyra? Yeah. What's going on? What's your name? Give me a smaller name to call you, because I'll name this YouTube or whatever later is a long name. But thank you, thank you for coming through. That's my Twitter buddy. Also, he does a lot of content. You can see his @ there. If y'all not subscribed, go ahead and give AJ. Okay, go ahead and give AJ a subscription. Go give him a sub. He does a lot of the ones that I've seen, a lot of Angel Reese videos. He's always like using his platform to debunk some of the stuff that people say about her. So that's a full-time job right there. But shout out to AJ. Thank you for coming through. Tulip says Z always been a stretch big. She has been, but she's not been shooting threes like that. She's not been doing that. Tulip says an Otis CC fan. Oh, Tulip is an Otis CC fan. Is that what you're saying? It's not just you don't like oh, is AJ a CC fan? I'm confused on what you're saying. Tulip says AJ is cool. He's not a Glazer. Okay. Thanks for the love, fam. No problem. Thank you. I always appreciate you as well, sharing my stuff on Twitter and stuff. So appreciate you. We all in this together. No, not you. Okay. I figured you weren't talking about you because I was like, I've not seen that from you this whole time. But anywho, what else was I going through? Oh, Asia had 22. Young, did I already say that? Young had 13. Gray had 13. Dana Evans had 12 off the bench. Lloyd had 11. Was not enough. It wasn't enough. Like, it was just dumb. Like, I don't even know. I don't even know what to say about my team. Like, my two teams, the Skaces, the Sky and the Aces, we're just struggling, doing some of the same stuff, struggling with some of the same things. I do see a little bit of a bright light. But with Chicago, we usually take 2 steps forward and then something happens and we have to take a step back. So we play the Valks. That's a really good team. They are volume shooters. They are efficient shooters. They play defense. So we have to play a very efficient game for us to have any chance to beat the Valks. We have to, or else it's going to be a blowout. It just is what it is. So we'll see. Tulip says, yes, AJ respects CC and AR, so I respect him. Okay. Tulip says, Jay, we have to have an honest conversation about. We have to have an honest convo. Asia is not playing her best this season. She's not efficient. She's not very efficient. But I think we don't want to, how can I put this? What she did last year was crazy because she came back every year for at least the past 3 years. She has come and outperformed herself, even when she's been the best at what she's doing. Even when she was MVP, she came back and did better. She didn't get MVP that year, but she did better than she did the year before. The year before that, what year? We're in 25, 24, 23. Great. Amazing. Come back 2024, averaging 30 points a game. Ending the season, scoring 1,000 points in one season. Getting the rebounding record. Like having so many games with 30 plus points in a row, breaking records for the most, 25-point game, whatever that was. She was doing crazy stuff last year. I think that spoiled us. She came back. She's not trash, but she's not doing what she did last season. And the Aces aren't winning. Because I don't know if y'all don't remember, but the Aces weren't winning last season either. We didn't have Chelsea. We looked discombobulated. Didn't nobody know what they were doing at the point half the time. But Asia was still overperforming, and she needed help. And we're in that same situation again, except for Asia's not 30 points a game this season. She's struggling with her shot, and struggling with her shot, still averaging 20-something points and double-digit rebounds. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, she's not superwoman level like she was last season. We're still in the first quarter of the season. There's still a lot of games left. Things could turn around for her. Like she said, she don't care. She don't care. She's going to shoot, whether she's 10% or 70%. She don't care. She's going to keep shooting. She's not going to stop, because that's what her job is to do, to shoot the ball and help her team have the best chance of winning. And whether that's on offense or defense, blocking shots, rebounding, whatever that looks like, steals, that's what she's going to do. So it'll come back to her. She's just not, like, she ain't superwoman this season. So I think, I'm not saying give her any slack. She is still the best player in the world to me. She came down to the human level a little bit right now. Tulip says, I agree. Last year, Asia was different level, but this year, Fee has been the best in the league. Yep. I mean, Fee's been good. She's been great. I mean, I hope her back is okay when she can come back to play again. Because I think a lot of people also have, the sucky thing about the W is people don't have a big attention span. And although I do think Fee has been good this whole season with her being hurt and sitting out, like, people aren't thinking about Fee in that same way. You know what I'm saying? So even though it's not fair to her, but hopefully she can come back and remind the people who she is. RC says, I'm definitely looking at Miss Clark with a side eye, and an eye opener for me completely was that I sat back and said, Shorty got all these bad habits and it's time to call them out. And a lot of people are. I'm seeing some people are just trolling her. And I mean, I'll say this. Y'all know I don't hate Caitlyn. A lot of people think I do, which I've never said anything bad about her. But I don't like her fans, and I think we know that. It kind of is. I don't want to say a little sad, but I kind of feel a little bad when I watch or I see these videos where they're calling her out and they have all her lowlights and it's all over the internet because this is what they do to Angel every single day. And I don't like it when they do it to Angel. I guess the difference is that they've always done this to Angel. Even when she's playing well, they try to find a way to beat her down. She is probably the most disrespected WNBA player currently that we have. She's been disrespected, and everything she does has been, they try to invalidate what she does. They try to discredit what she does. They try to put her in her place. They do everything to break this girl down. They've been doing it since college. So yeah, when they show her low lights, it really irritates me, right? Because I know that she's going to make some mistakes. She's not perfect. When they show Caitlin's, because they have praised everything that she's done, even when she's having a bad day, a bad game, you don't see that stuff on Sports Center. You don't hear people talking about it, right? They don't spend time on people's podcasts talking about what she did the night before and how horrible it was and how she should have been in the gym and what has she done all summer and all that other stuff. You won't see it in the media. They won't ever talk about it. And I don't know if they'll ever really address it because they usually only talk about those good things because they never even discuss her turnovers, which have been a problem since she's been in the league. But having said that, it's still like, I'm like, dang, we ain't gotta like, yeah, call it out, but like, let's not drive, like, let's not do too much because she's still a human at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't no fan of hers, but if I don't want it for Angel, I don't want it for other players either. That's just how I feel. Now I ain't gonna say I don't chuckle a little bit because it does feel good to at least, I want people to see that the girl is human, that she ain't basketball's Jesus, and she does make mistakes, and she's not having a good shoot. She's not shooting well right now. She's not playing well right now. And then, like you said, a lot of her stuff um, is being exposed for some of the bad habits she has. And I just want people to look at that and be like, okay, she's just a regular player. They're not, which that's what gives me a little bit of satisfaction, whatever is like a guilty pleasure. But I just want them to stop highlighting the things she does great and never look at the things she does wrong. But at the same time, the main person that you guys are always highlighting what she does wrong is Angel, and never really giving her a chance and never really showing some of the good things that she does. And when she does, is very like real, you're brushing over it. So I say all that to say, I was thinking about, I was watching somebody on TikTok, and he has, dog, a whole page of him just going at this girl. I'm talking about Cece. And it's like, like, I just want to say, just give her a little bit of a break. Cause gosh, he is going in. Like, it's crazy. But you as a fan, RC, I know that you having your eyes open and being able to point those things out, I know is coming from a place that, you want more for your player. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just said all that to say, I got a little bit of a soft spot for that type of thing, I guess. Tulip says it was a great back and forth. I love it. RC says J Spot Asia needs real help and she can't carry us all the time. She was in the concussion protocol, getting beat up all of that. Someone has to step up and be legitimate, true help by her side. That's also true. Like I said, nothing changed from last season. She just happened to be playing like Superwoman. This year she's not. But yeah, concussion. She's still getting beat up, getting hit in the face, getting knocked all over the place. They won't call the fouls. So yeah, I mean, she's playing like, she's come down off that high of playing crazy basketball, and is exposing the fact that we still don't have anybody to help her out. She can't do everything. Tulip says, Jay, people call Ryan, Arike, etc. a shot chucker. So is CC not an assist chucker? She forces assists all the time, often leading to turnovers. It's not efficient passing, bad assist to turnover ratio. Yeah, if you're going to call one, you got to call the other one. Yeah, I agree with that. RC says, arrogant, oh, Jesus. self-centered, pompous, spoiled, disrespectful, bratty, argumentative with the WNBA coaches. J-Spot, all these words describe Caitlin. Honestly, she has to want to change her ways. That's it. This is coming from a CC fan. A Clarkie is what he said. He called himself. So if you're saying that, look, I ain't got no dog in this fight. It is what it is, right? They don't treat Angel like a human. They do not treat Angel like a human. They don't at all. She's the most disrespectful person in sports, I feel. Disrespected. Tulip says, man, we have sellout content creators calling her white Jesus. It's disgusting. Yeah. RC says, you don't get to cuss out Marina Mabry like she's scum on the floor. Jay, you know, CC told Mabry, you not on my effing level, chick. That's why I say she's disrespectful. No, I didn't know that. Oh, JC Sheldon. Yeah, you know, here's the thing. She's been getting away with it for how long now? All through college, in the beginning of the W, and then you have a platform or you have people around you that's like, you're the best thing that's ever happened to basketball. Here's everything you want. Here's the red carpet. Here is the media attention. Here are the cameras. We'll do whatever it is you want us to do. Thank you so much for blessing our league, and thank you so much for blessing basketball and putting women on the map. And thank you. So yeah, if you act like that and the reward is you get all this stuff, then why would you change? Why would you change? You've been doing that. No one's ever said, hey, you might need to chill. No one's ever said that. They just keep giving her. Let that be somebody else. Then they're rude. They're a thug. They're arrogant. They're out of control. They're emotional. They need to take it down a couple of pegs. You know, it's a double standard. It's not fair, you know? I don't even mind the trash talk. It's the fact that they vilify Angel for the same things. Yep. I love trash talk. I love it all day long. Like, put it into my veins. I love it. But yeah, it's not fair because yeah, they don't treat everybody else like that. And I just want people to be treated fairly. That's all. All right. So, back to my slide. The players of the week for last week were Shakira Austin and Nneka Ogwumike. So Shakira had 19 points. She averaged last week 19.3 points, 8 rebounds, 2.3. What does that say? Does that say steals or assists? Hold on. What does that say? Because I can't make it out. Even with my glasses. Let me find the picture. Blocks. Dang, I can't see that B with my glasses. Blocks. So 19.3 points, 8.7 rebounds, 2.3 blocks. And then Nneka had 25.7 points, 8 rebounds, and 2.3 steals. That's where I was getting confused. So they are the players of the week for the East and Western Conference. And then a little bit of news. We didn't talk about this. We talked about her hitting 1,000. This week, Asia did hit 5,000 career points, and she is the fastest player in the WNBA to hit 5K, and the second youngest and the fastest player to hit 5,000. So shout out to Asia for my applause. And then what else do I have on here? We have Angel last week became the fastest player to 150 rebounds and 50 plus assists in the season. Angel really has come, I'm going to say, a long way. Like her assist, just getting assists has gone up. Her assist rate or percentage or whatever you want to call it has gone up so much. She was almost, if I'm not mistaken, averaging 5 assists this week. She's been great as a facilitator. She's taken on her role that Tyler is given and trying her best to perform in that way and still, add on her own little Flair there, but shout out to Angel for becoming the fastest player to 150 rebounds, but also getting those 50 plus assists in a season. Then we are going to hit these fashions, and then we're going to get out of here because the game is getting ready to come on in 10 minutes. I might run over the game a little bit, but y'all can watch me and the game at the same time. It won't hurt you. Let me see. Tulip says you have to rewatch the fourth quarter of the Sparks Fever game. I didn't watch it in the first place. I don't watch Fever games, so I'm probably not going to see it. But what is it? What do I need to watch? What's the issue? What do I need to look out for? Also, the East is weak. What's West? Stacked. The West is stacked. Blocks. Thank you for letting me know. It says blocks. I appreciate it. 5K for Asia, fast as ever. She will break DT's record, especially with more games each season. Jeremy says, Jay, do you believe that Nneka is the most disrespected MVP and champion in W history? For her to never get recognition that she rightfully deserves, never making an Olympic squad is blasphemous. Yes, I believe there's a lot of disrespected women in the league. I feel like the league itself has been disrespected for so many years, and it's only heightened since we got this new dynamic that came in last season with a lot of the new fans not knowing history and using Caitlyn to be oppressive to the other players in the league, and media only jumping on the drama and not jumping on and not like actually watching games and talking about it from a sports perspective like they would anybody else. But yeah, Nneka is in there because as an MVP, as a former champion, I think the players respect Nneka. Obviously, she's Madam President. I feel like they know what she does and they do respect her. But outside of that, the W gives her no shine. I mean, hell, they wasn't even doing it to Asia, but Asia made it so they had to do it last season because, like I said, she was playing her out of her mind. It's the same with Fee. Who's talking about Fee? Nobody talks about Fee. You know what I'm saying? Like, Fee is really good. Fee has been good since she came back from having her baby. She's been gradually getting better, and nobody really talks about Fee. When they talk about some of the greats or some of the best players in the league, they talk about Stewie. They'll bring up Asia. They'll bring up Stewie. They'll talk about, Saab. They'll talk about, obviously, Caitlyn and all that, but you don't really hear about Fee unless somebody's like pushing her out there. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of women are kind of still in the shadows, that they don't really get the shine, and they don't even get it from their own league. Like when commentators are talking, they're not talking about these other players when they have the opportunity to. You know what I'm saying? When Kathy is bringing people up, she's not using her marketing team or whoever to promote some of these, these players like you should, So yeah, I do think, to answer your question, she is disrespected. Not making the Olympic team. I heard it has something to do with, because I think they play, don't get me wrong, but I think Nneka and her sister Shanae, when she used to play, were not playing, or at some point were not going to play for U.S. or didn't play for U.S. They played for their country. Something happened with that, and then they said it was a whole bunch of drama, and that's why they would never make a team. That's what somebody was saying. I can't remember the whole story. Tulip says, Jay, which player do you want me to make an edit of? So far, I've done Paige, DB, Lisa Leslie, Asia, Fee, and the Skyscrapers. You did? I want to see the Skyscrapers one. Where are you at? Are you on Twitter? I want to see it. Are you on TikTok? And Lisa Leslie is my GOAT. Lisa Leslie is my favorite player of all time. So I do want to see those edits. Do one of Nneka. I want to see one of Nneka, because people don't realize who she is. I think you should dig in the crates and give Nneka an edit. That'd be cool. All right, let's look at some fashions of last week. So we had We had the couple. The couple finally made an appearance together. They are the worst kept secret in all of basketball. Um, Asia and Bam Monte stepped out for the title. I think it's the Title Four awards or something like that. Um, but first of all, Asia looks good with a T, good. Um, uh, she looked good. And then Bam, I'm not a fan of the white jacket, the black pants, and the white shoes. And then he doesn't have a shirt on under that. It just doesn't. I don't know. It just doesn't go with Asia. I would cut that in half and just have Asia by herself. That's not part of the fit checks, but I just wanted to put that in there because they do make a cute couple. Then we have Nice the Beast. Nice has changed her hair up. If y'all remember last time, she was a blonde. Now she has this burgundy look, wearing the what they call it, a Canadian tuxedo. Um, then we have KP in the little schoolgirl outfit, the oversized. What do they call that? A rugby? Did they call that a rugby shirt? Something like that. The skirt and the white socks with the I don't know, with the chunky shoes. Um, no, you're right. I was not gonna say that, but you're right. They are the worst kept secret. Big girl, what's going on? How are you? Thanks for coming in. Um, and I'm glad you made a live. I appreciate it. Then we have Jackie Young just being cute. I put this picture in here because look at the people in the background. What are they doing back there? It's like they're posing. It's like they're part of it because her shorts kind of match what the guys are wearing in the back. It's pretty cool. Then we have Tiffany Mitchell from the Aces. I really like this. I just like the pop of color. I don't know if you guys can see it on the screen, but the boots are pink because of the way that the light is. The light, I think, was pink as well, so it kind of washes that out. It may look white, but they are some pink boots. I just thought they were cute. I like the boots. Then we have Miss Angel Reese. Angel is just wearing just a simple dress, but the pop of color with that red purse. But she also, the shoes she has on are kind of like almost like wedges, and there's like red in the heel. You can see a little bit of it there. I thought that was a cute little number there. Thank you, Tulip. By the way, yes, my birthday is tomorrow. I will be going live here and there tomorrow as much as I can because I have some appointments I have to go to. But I might take y'all along with me just to say what's up. If y'all want to bless the platform or bless me, buy me a drink, I'll be available for that. You can hit up my Cash App or you can send me a, what do they call them, super sticker or super chat or something like that. And that is right. Today is Tulip's birthday. I forgot about the where you at? I would play the birthday song, but I think I get in trouble for doing that because it's copyright. But happy birthday, Tulip. You should have said that in the beginning. Happy birthday to Tulip. Happy birthday to Tulip. Happy birthday to Tulip. Happy birthday to Tulip. Now, y'all have to go subscribe to Tulip's page, which is, where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? At Tulip Plays. At Tulip Plays. The same way the name is in there. Go give them a sub. Tulip, by the way, what do you identify? Because sometimes I can't tell by y'all's name. I don't want to get your pronouns wrong. Let me know. So I'm just going to say they until I know it. But go give them a sub. Tell them I sent you and go show some love over there. But thank you, Tula, for coming through on your birthday, by the way. Go do something. Go have some fun. Louie is in the house. Hey, Louie, what's going on? Who else is here? I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Tulip. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's all one word. Girl. Okay. Thank you. She. Now, because I don't want to, sometimes I'll be calling she. It ain't a she and he and it's not a he. So yes, thank you. She. All right. Go give Tulip a sub. Go say happy birthday. put happy birthdays in the chat for Tulip. And if you're watching this and you're part of the replay gang, go ahead and do it anyway. She'll come back. She'll see it in the comments. All right. Let's go ahead and finish up so we can get out of here and Tulip can enjoy the rest of her birthday and we can watch these games that's about to start. We got Breezy Hall, who just got picked up by the Valks. I just thought this was just, I've not seen Breezy look like this. Like, you know, she just came from college. She was from South Carolina. They can't really dress like that. But this was very, very daring outfit for Breezy, for me. But she's been doing a lot of content modeling. She did some brand deals where she's modeling. She got sent on a couple of like events she's been doing, and then she got picked up by the Valks and had to put that on pause, and now she's here. So yeah. Shout out to Breezy. Rakia Jackson, I don't like those boots really, but I put it on here because she, even with those boots, she don't miss. Because look at the face card. Look at the face card and look at the body. Like, who cares she's wearing, what is that? A Yeti Bigfoot, monster boots. I don't know what those are, but you know, hey, it's fashion. They probably cost more than anything I have in my bank account. So do what you do. Then we have Monique Billings. This was a submission. Monique looked like she is either going to go rob a bank, or she is about to get into a car with her best friend with the top down and just go have a good time. So that is Monique Billings, looking real unbothered and like she's about to get into some trouble. And speaking of monster boots, this is Tip Hayes, who has a whole abominable snowman on her bottoms. She has on, I don't even know what that is. She has on a jacket, but it looks like the shirt is made out of the same material as the jacket, almost like a sweater, and then a white shirt under that, and then these abominable snowman pants. They look like they're hot, but this is what she does. Like, her style is very unique. I think she has a clothing line. I'm sure she does, but I forgot the name of it. That is also very, very unique. I thought it was cute last season. When they did a tribute to Asia, everyone wore Asia's jersey, but they all had on pieces from Tip's line. All the aces wore something from Tip's line while wearing Asia's jersey, and I thought that was super cute. Then we have Olivia Nelson Adota, who's also somebody that is just a baddie all the time. I really like that jacket. I would like to have that for myself. I think that's dope with that jumpsuit. I don't want the jumpsuit, but I do like the jacket. And then the pop of color with the heels. Next up, another submission. This is Aaliyah Nye. I love when they put heels with like a boy type of like an oversized short or pants or something like that. I like that look. This is simple black. I would probably wear something like this. I love black top, black shoes. You got the shorts. Ain't nothing too flashy. It's just a simple classic look. I like it. I would wear that. If I had the body like that, I would definitely wear something like that. Tulip says, "You're so sweet. Thank you." Louis says, "Modeling gigs for sure." Louis says, "That part, hold on. That part, JSpot, one of Rakia's fits had so much bad stitching. I had to look and relook just to make sure I wasn't tripping, but the face card made everything right." Yeah. I think I told y'all I'm obsessed with dimples. No matter who has them, I love dimples. So if she just smiles, like, I don't really care about nothing else. The dimple like takes me out. Little kids that have dimples, like literally, I want to pinch their cheeks off. I mean, not literally, but I just love it. Like, it melts my heart, like little kids with glasses. I don't know. Louis says, "You want the jacket or Olivia all to yourself?" I want the jacket. I don't know if I give it off, but I'm not in the women. I believe they're beautiful, but that ain't my thing. But I love the jacket. just so we're clear. I can appreciate women, but I don't want none of them. That ain't my thing. Louis says, nice, very nice, right? Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. What just happened? Okay. Then we had this outfit was so cute. This outfit was very I just liked it. It was cute, the little pigtails. Asia doesn't miss very often. And I always told y'all because I'm very short, I really appreciate tall people because I don't have long limbs like that. I couldn't wear an outfit like that and make it. I'm like, you know how Dana Evans is very short. I'm sure I'm shorter than she is, but Dana's very short, so it's a lot of stuff she can't necessarily pull off because you're so short. It just things don't fit the same way, right? Nothing against short people. I'm a short person. But I can appreciate, I love looking at stuff like that because I'm like, man, that's a nice outfit. If it was me, like the skirt would be like to my shins because she's so tall. But I just thought this was a cute outfit. She always gonna have a Louis bag on her hands. I think she's just wearing some Air Force Ones with some socks, and then her Louis bag, the little tennis skirt, and then I love the little Argyle sweater type moment. Back in the day, this is very 90s. Back in the day, we wore the crap out of that. Shout out to Clueless. Like once Clueless came out, y'all couldn't stop people from wearing those sweater vests and sweaters with like long sleeve shirts underneath. I thought that was cute. And then this was just the money shot for me. Asia that night at that award show, the money shot. Like, stop it. Stop it. Cut it out, Asia. Leave us alone. So yeah, that's it on that. Let me see. Who is my I haven't been able to do my graphics like I was doing last year. But let me see. Who do I pick as my fit of the week? Asia, Nye, Olivia, Tip, Mo Billings, that's for Kia, Breezy, Angel, Tiffany Mitchell, Jackie Young, KP, and Niece. I'm gonna just go ahead. I gotta go here. Asia, I gotta go here. I love the outfit and it's cute. So that is my fit of the week. Shout out to Asia. It's just the whole look. It's just cute. She looks innocent. Louis said it was Angel or Tiffany Mitchell, or you mean Tip? Tiffany Mitchell with the blue jean dress and the pink stack boots. So I think that is all I have on my slides. KP had on soiled socks. How do you know? Did you was it dirty on the picture? Let me go back. I can't tell from here. It's dirty on the picture. Oh, Tip Hayes, Tip. Okay. Um I can't tell from there, but all right. So that is it, y'all. We about to get into these games that's coming on tonight. Let me see who's playing tonight. Go back where? Oh, she says I'm probably exaggerating. I couldn't see from that picture. I'll have to zoom in on my phone. But let's see the games coming on tonight. Ooh, we already got them going on. If y'all don't want spoiler alerts, just mute me real quick. But tonight we got some playing Atlanta, Dally playing, I call them Dally, but Dallas playing Indiana. Golden State plays Chicago. New York plays Phoenix, and Connecticut plays Seattle. Um, all three of those games at 9, and we got two games on right now that came on at 6:30 my time. Is CC playing tonight? Is she better? Does anybody? Let me look. She hasn't. Maybe she's not playing. Guess she's not playing. But Indiana right now is waxing Dallas. They are beating them 14-2, and Minnesota is beating Atlanta 10-4. Love the natural hair. Thank you. If y'all ever see this, First of all, curls are popping. Curls are popping. You can't really tell, but yeah, they're popping. I'm conditioning my hair right now. I'm getting my hair braided tomorrow. So right now it's conditioning and then I'm gonna get it prepared to be braided tomorrow. Um, but thank you, Louis. So if y'all ever see this because my hair under here is crazy. So I'm letting it air dry a little bit. I'm about to go wash it out right now. Did you talk about the CC injury? We touched on it. The people in the chat, I had some people in the chat going in about it. I didn't really have much to say other than she has a groin injury that people didn't know about. It was a surprise to everybody. I think I read an article that said like no one had indicated that she had any kind of injury outside of that. What was it before? A quad strain or something like that. I can't remember. Whatever it was before, she was having that. And then now she has a groin injury. Me personally, I'm not going to say she's not hurt. I'm just going to say I think she's struggling right now. And I think she does have a spotlight on her. And I don't think she's ready to have that exposed in the way that it's starting to be exposed. So she's taking some time because it's probably a mental thing as well. Like it's probably taxing on her mentally to not be performing the way that normally she does. And even when she does, I mean, people have pointed out like, and I ain't here to bash her, but people point out that, she's good she shoots threes efficiently sometimes, but not all the time. And she might get a drive to the basket. But because of her turnovers, that kind of taints her passes. So she really is a work in progress anyway. But people overlook a lot of that stuff because she shoots the logo threes, and that's so exciting to everybody that watches her. So the fact that she's not hitting those is probably like, oh, wow, now my defense is exposed, my passing is exposed, my whatever this and that is exposed, and I think she probably just wants to just not play right now. She probably just wants to like chill, let things blow over. She might be working out in the gym, trying to get back on track, instead of just playing through it. I mean, I don't know which way is best to do it. And I've never been in that situation. So I don't know. I do know a lot of other players you just push through until you get it again. But again, you never know how people's mental state is. So if she wants to sit out with a groin injury, then you sit out with a groin injury that may or may not be there. I don't know. I mean, I ain't a doctor, so I don't know nothing about that. Louis says very convenient. Check mark, check mark, check mark, and you're so kind. Yeah, I mean, look, I ain't here to bash nobody. That ain't ever my intention because I don't want it done to my people. I feel how I feel. I don't know if it's a real injury. I doubt. I don't know. I'm doubting that it's like a full injury that's keeping her from playing basketball. I just think it's more the fact that she's struggling and she don't want to put that out there right now because she is the people's basketball savior. So it's probably a lot of pressure on her. So we'll see. Also, people have said, I've not said this, people said she was ducking that smoke from this Paige game today because all eyes were going to be on her and Paige, and it was really going to fully show what makes her different from Paige. Like what does Paige do well? What does CC do well? What does Paige need to work on? What does CC need to work on? And compare those two as you're watching the game. A lot of people were looking for that because we know they have history. We know a lot, Paige was the number one recruit of that class or the number one ranked of that class. We know that Paige was the one that was on track to be what CC became as far as the popularity and the following and things like that. And she got hurt. And CC was able to come in and perform and do all those things in college. And this was going to be one of the games where you can see, just how they are when they're on the same floor. But we won't get to see it because I don't think she's playing. So till next time, I'm sure they play again more than once this season. So we will have time for that. Now, if they don't play, if she sits out again, then I might not be so nice. Anyway, that's going to do it for me, y'all. Happy birthday again to Tulip. Shout out to my friend Tam. It is also her birthday. It is also her, the artist, HER, is her birthday. I just only shout her out because she's one of my favorite artists. And my birthday is tomorrow. Tomorrow is my birthday. I will be, even if I get on the stream for a little bit as I'm going somewhere, if I'm at home, I'll get on, say hello to y'all. Hope y'all come see me, come say hey, come wish me a happy birthday. Last year at this time, I was in Chicago. I had went to a game. Actually, today, last year, I was at the Wintrust Arena watching Chicago play. My birthday was on a Saturday last year. So after the game, that's when I found out that Kaiser got cut and all that other stuff. But anyway, shout out to you guys, and I hope y'all come see me tomorrow. All right. So I think that's all I have. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Always, as always, I'm here every week talking about WNBA women's basketball, doing a review. You'll catch me from time to time on Cess Talk Sports. But outside of that, y'all catch me in my living room, in my kitchen, at the gym, on my way home from work. Y'all know how I do. Happy early birthday, JSpot. Thank you so much. And now Kaiser was best dressed last year. She was cute. She was cute. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Go Sky. I hope the Sky, please don't get blown out. Just don't get blown out. That's it. And I hope we win. All right.